Hey there, so you're gonna notice in the next few videos that I put up here that I'm wearing the same thing and my hair is the same and I have the same jewelry on because, oh, guess what? I shot these all in the same day because I happened to have some time and I thought, you know what? I'll sit down and I'll just do several of these. And so that's what I'm doing. So this one, I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about my life, what's been going on. It's kind of just a little chit chat. Um, First of all, my big win for this week was hitting pre-pregnancy weight. I was actually below it when I weighed in on Monday, and that was extremely exciting to me. She's under a year, and that was kind of my goal. When I realized I was not going to hit that pre-pregnancy weight goal like earlier on, I kind of ate my way through NICU. And that's a whole other story. But I ended up gaining weight, and then when I did level out, it was about 20 pounds above pre-pregnancy weight when my weight leveled after we got out of NICU with Mercy. And so I could not seem to get that weight off for anything. I tried lots of different things, and what I finally ended up doing was working with a program called Grace and Strength. They have a couple of different programs that they do, but their main focus is that this is a holistic approach and it's a biblical approach. That the food is a symptom, the weight is a symptom of something deeper. And I knew that already. I knew, I had 40 pounds to lose. And so it wasn't like I had hundreds of pounds to lose. I knew that I didn't I needed to make the food, behave a little bit. I needed to learn, though, what it was that was making me eat, and I needed to deal with those demons. And that's why I chose Grace and Strength, was because there is a weekly Bible study that you do online, and there's a weekly get together Bible study that you do as a group with your coach and the other people who are under her. There's accountability. I have the ability to text or email her at any time. There's challenges, and there's all kinds of things that we're doing to keep ourselves focused, keep myself focused, and then we really dig deep. It's a lot of deep conversations and thinking and working through things, and I have been surprised by some of the things I have uncovered about why I was running to food instead of God. And it's been just a super enlightening journey, if you will. So I am down halfway, 20 pounds, and I've got another 20 that I want to take off because I had gained 20 back, a while ago, and I just never got it off before I got pregnant with Mercy. And so that's my plan there, is to finish out strong, keep working through these issues. Here we're coming up on the holidays, and usually I gain about 10 pounds on the holidays. So I'm actually kind of excited to go into the holidays without being completely out of control. I will put a link to Grace and Strength down there. Like I said, they have two different programs. I am doing what's called the Exchange Journey. They have an accelerated journey that uses the HCG supplemental spray, but I'm not doing that. I'm just doing the Exchange Journey, which is a slower journey, which is what I wanted. I wanted to lose the weight slowly, and it's also no supplements, just food. So that's what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll drop the link down there for you. On that same note, my week last week was a little weird for me, and it had been kind of building up for a couple of weeks, but I was getting foggier and foggier in my head, and I was not seeming to be able to get anything done. And I remember one day I needed to make a grocery list, and I stood in front of my computer where my Cozy list is. I use cozy.com to put my grocery list together because then it syncs with all the devices, so I can take my phone into the store and use my grocery list that way. And so I'm standing in front of the computer trying to put down on the computer this list, and totally blanked. I just stood there. I finally had to walk away because my brain was so foggy. And so I ended up texting my coach and saying, something's wrong. I'm really struggling and I don't know, what to do. And she and I talked it over. She called me, we talked it through, and she said she thought I probably needed to up my vegetable intake, and I needed to up my fat intake, my good fats, and just kind of work through some of that. So we revamped some things and changed some things up, and sure enough, the very first day that I went into that. Like I started with a green smoothie that morning. And even just that was enough to gain a lot of my clarity back. I started sleeping better. And it was just, I was starting to slip into some snacking habits. Even with good foods, you can still get a little snacky. And so I was snacking and I was not eating the way that I needed to be eating. I was losing track of some things. In fact, I hadn't tracked. That's another thing. I do track with my Fitness Pal. The reason that I do that is number one, my husband is on there. My husband lost about 100 pounds back in 2013. I lost a whole bunch back then too, but then I had two more kids and gained some of that back. So he lost 100 pounds and he's kept it off the whole time. Well, the way that he did that was tracking in my Fitness Pal. He does not miss a day and he tracks everything. Even though he is now at his goal weight, he still tracks. And so I like that he's there. He can see what I'm doing and I get encouragement from him. He'll send me little notes and things like that via my Fitness Pal, just encouraging me to keep going. It also shows you the macronutrients, so you can keep those kind of in line. And then it has pretty much every food you could possibly ever want to track in there. And so I can just start to type something in, even if I've gone to a restaurant, I can type something in, and chances are somebody has already put that in to my Fitness Pal. So that's how I track my food. I heard once that people who journal their food and track their food intake actually do much better keeping the weight off years later than people who don't do it. And I've also even heard that even tracking wrong, like not getting it all right, because some people are a little stressed about, ooh, if I track it, I have to have it perfect. I have to know exactly the calorie count and the nutrients and everything. That's not necessarily true either. If you track, and even if you track wrong, you still tend to lose weight because you're holding yourself accountable to some sort of tracking system. And it really does actually help. And it is a habit. You have to get into the habit. And I was into the habit. And then something happened. It was that mental clarity I started losing. And I stopped tracking. And it became very obvious. I didn't gain weight, but my weight losses way slowed down and I wasn't feeling good. And it's not good when you're losing weight and you don't feel good. There's something wrong there. If you don't feel good while you're losing weight, there's a problem and you need to be reassessing what you're doing. So anyway, that was what happened last week. And like I said, I'm back on track now. I started taking a new supplement too. I have been taking a B12, and that really helped me pull out of my anxiety and depression that I had after my ninth was born. But I decided that I wanted to take a full B complex that also had the special B in it that's for people that might have that genetic mutation, the MTHFR. And so I started getting that, and it's from Seeking Health. And so I've only taken it today, so I can't really tell you anything about it, but I do like Seeking Health products. And so I started that B complex. I take a multivitamin. I'm taking magnesium because I tend to be kind of deficient in magnesium. And I'm taking D3 and I'm taking krill oil. My husband found some krill oil capsules that they taste like vanilla and they don't make me sick. So that is a total win because I really hate fish oil. So that was a good thing. And I'll drop those links down there so you can see what I'm taking. I've been impressed by the amount of energy that I have had until last week when my eating habits were starting to kind of crater. But I've been really thrilled with how I feel. And now that I'm back on track, again, I'm feeling really, really great. And so that's been the benefit of dropping the 20 pounds. And then the next 20 pounds are just like icing on the cake for me because, like I said, this is pre-pregnancy weight. And this is a good weight for me, but it's not a great weight for me. I really want to get some more weight off. I am hoping to have some abdominal reconstructive surgery. I may have to have my diastasis fixed. In fact, I think I probably am going to have it fixed, but I am working on the exercises for that as well. I'm using the Tummy Team exercises because I really like their holistic approach. And so I want to have a strong core. And if I need to have the surgery, then that's what I'm going to have done. But because of how big I have gotten in pregnancy, and then my last pregnancy, because Mercy couldn't swallow, I was bedridden. I was absolutely huge. Um, I have some reconstructive work that kind of needs to be done there, and they will do that at the same time as they fix my diastasis. But we're just kind of playing that by ear right now. We'll see. But I'm planning to have a consult in the late spring of 2018 to just talk to the doctor and see what she thinks. She's a really great plastic surgeon who works with my OB on a lot of reconstructive type things. And so I really trust her, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she has to say, even though it's a little scary to think about. But yeah, so right now I'm just working on strengthening my core. I walk 2 to 4 miles a day. And I'm just working on my nutrition. And my other thing is sleep. I don't sleep very well. I never have. So I'm working on, with the magnesium and things like that, I'm working on trying to get myself in a better pattern of sleep. So anyway, I just had to share my good news that I am back to pre-pregnancy weight. And from here on out, 20 more pounds. I'll keep you posted on how I'm doing. And if you guys are doing anything to lose weight postpartum, I would love to hear about that as well. I think, here in the Raising Eras community, it always helps for people to hear about the ideas that other moms of many are using to lose weight, because that's one of the things that we deal with when you have a lot of kids, or even when you have just a few kids. I mean, that pregnancy weight piles on, and you got to find a way to take it back off as best you can. So until next time, you will see me again in this shirt and necklace and earrings. And yeah, sorry, just the way it is for a mom of many, I had to just take the time when I could.